Hey, welcome back to the Roman Lorenzo channel, and here today I have Taxi Chaos 2 years later. But, before I get to that, I wanted to just point out that this will be a series called Years Later, where as the title states, I will be reviewing games under the name Years Later. And I will try not to post every 4 months, but don't get your hopes up. Anyways, enjoy the video. What if I tell you that there is a Crazy Taxi game not published by Sega? The game was published by Orange One on the Switch and Lioncast on any other platform. The game is called Taxi Chaos, or better known as that Crazy Taxi clone. The scope of the game is to deliver passengers to their destinations. Simple, yet effective. And there's more hidden behind this simple shell. Occasionally, you might find a special passenger. Each one of these are unique and have conversations with you. My personal favorite is Jacques Moose. He talks in a way that most people think Canadians talk, whilst also making maple syrup and moose references. You first pick him up in the NYC park and deliver him to the Seashore Park. After that, you have to find 3 coffee cups for him, and then he spawns on some rooftop and you deliver him to a smoothie shop. And then you have to find another 3 coffee cups, then you have to find him and deliver him to the construction site, and that's the end of that mission. And that's not the only special mission there. There are also aliens, football fans, businessmen, and a famous singer, just to name a few, all with their own dialogue and collectibles. Just do keep in mind that these missions are really repetitive. Finding 6 collectibles and the person 3 times, this was probably put in just to lengthen the already short arcadey feel of the game, but at least it comes with brand new dialogue. Speaking about the dialogue, in my opinion, the best bit about these missions is by far the dialogue that it comes with. Hearing your driver talking with one of these characters in a conversation is refreshing, considering the fact that your everyday customers are so bland when it comes to dialogue. All they do is say the same thing with different voice actors. And when you are going at top speed, they would say something like "speedy" until you've either slowed down or taken a turn. What I think would have improved the experience was to make all of the characters have unique conversation with the driver. But I am asking too much from a Crazy Taxi clone with probably a smaller budget. Now I'm going to move on to the customization. When you select the game mode, you have the choice of 2 characters, Vinny and Cleo. Vinny is portrayed as the boomer, and Cleo is portrayed as the social media influencer. And that's really all I've got to say about these 2. So I'll move on to the cars. The game has 7. The King Vic, the 55 Tossin, the 450 GT, the generic Motors B10, the Va Veloce, the Yakin Type S, and the TXI 4R. All of these 7 cars have specific speed, acceleration, braking, weight, and boost stats. And all are bootleg versions of the real-life cars. You start out with the King Vic, and the other cars being locked behind a certain objective. It is as simple as playing 3 rounds of the arcade mode to delivering a certain number of passengers in the pro mode. Now, you might be asking yourself, what are the modes I've been talking about? And I will explain. There are 3 modes: Arcade, Pro, and Free Roam. Arcade is where you have 90 seconds to get as many passengers to their destinations in the shortest amount of time. Once you finish, you'll be put into an online leaderboard where the money you made from your run will be ranked. Free Roam is where you have an unlimited amount of time to do whatever you want in the open world. This mode is best used for the special encounters that I have mentioned earlier. And finally, Pro Mode. Pro Mode is arcade mode without the arrow that is on the top of the screen guiding you. Although it is nice that they have a way to remove the arrow to test your skills and how you remember the areas of the map, I don't think removing one feature is enough to call it its own game mode. Maybe they could have it somewhere in the settings, so if you wanted, you could even remove the arrow in Free Roam, but you can't. Now, before I end, I would like to touch on some of the bugs that are apparent in the game. Like, if you jump, what could happen is you could clip under the map, or you could get soft lock in the middle and then get launched out. And then, at least there are also some funnier bugs. Like, sometimes, bot cars will spawn on top of each other, which I really just kind of find funny. And there's a boost you could trigger by pushing the 2 triggers down. I find it best used while the passengers are entering the taxi to give you a head start right off the get-go. So, my thoughts. If what I have said throughout the video has interested you to give this game a shot, I'd say, go for it. On the Switch, I've seen the price for as low as $10, but if you have an original Crazy Taxi game on an older console, it's not worth the upgrade. Hi, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. This video took a long time to make, so subscribing would be highly appreciated, and special thanks to Mr. Bones Plays for editing this video. And get ready for the next installment in the Years Later series. And I guess that's all I've got. Bye.